And that's your stream that you put in my message?
Yeah. The Sam Squanch. We are live. I need to switch
Okay,
this around here real quick.
I'm looking for it.
Unmute. Oh, it worked.
Oh no, I'm definitely muting them. I don't know if,
Oh, their
No
volume is working?
way.
yeah, apparently they might be able to talk too, but I don't know if I want that.
No, we don't
Oh,
want to hear
everyone
them.
can hear me.
Yeah, I'm muting them. I muted you guys, sorry. We don't want that.
No,
There's no
we
way.
can't hear.
I'll unmute every once in a while if you guys are talking to each other, but yeah, we're not having that the whole game. It'll be like we'll check in on them.
It'd be bad news.
So here we go. We got
Alright.
the Stinker Bowl here kicking off. I didn't know if I could name it something else, but these two teams, I don't know. I just played Hodge last week. What people say about him is pretty much the truth, so I don't know what Sins is about, but
You know, it's best that people tell the truth, and it sounds like this is our uh, all stinker bowl right now. We have the two teams that are vying to not be the worst team in the MKL by their own admission. And it should be an interesting match between, yeah, Hodge with his Washington team, and then we have Sinzilli with his Commanders team. And it looks like we're going to get to see this exciting Broncos offense to start. I mean, what do you think we're going to see from the Broncos in this game?
well, they did trade for that X Factor quarterback that H. Coke gifted over to him. We'll see if he's able to use him to any advantage here, but I'm assuming he's probably just going to run it a couple times, get his feet wet. At least that's what I would recommend.
Yeah, wet feet is a good way to start. And so you got Hendon Hooker in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off on a strange stretch. It doesn't gain a single yard, and neither does the running back attempt to. He runs straight out to the sideline and loses 2 yards promptly. And that's how they're going to start the game. And it's always a bad confidence booster, Ike, when you start the game off and your first play of the game is something that gains you a grand total of -2 yards.
Yeah, that is definitely not ideal here. We got eight or not H Coke. Lol. We got Commanders here sticking to the stack in the box. He does not want to let up the run.
We might see a little bit of excitement with a glitchy connection. I saw a little bit of
Yeah, that glitchy
uh,
connection was kind of making my brain lag a little bit there. That's why I was stuttering, but I was just trying to comprehend what was going on the screen.
so in the shotgun, we've got Hendon Hooker, Super Bowl champion. He's still the defending Super Bowl champion, but he's on a new team, and that makes a difference. At least in this case, it
Oh
should
boy,
likely make a difference.
looks
And
like
from the shotgun, he's going to throw right into double coverage, picked off to Mr. Fuller,
yeah.
and that's the way the cookie crumbles. We're into our first turnover of the game. What's the over under on turnovers,
That's what I was
Ike?
just gonna mention. Is I don't know what the line would have been if there was one on this game, but I think it would have had to almost been double digits. I don't know. Like I said,
I think you'd have to set it at 10.
I've never seen Sins play, but I just played Hodge last last week, and let's just say it didn't go too well for him.
Not too well at all. Yeah, so it's still 0-0 though. So this is anybody's ball game, and the excitement is still just palpable. Just being able to tune into this game, I think one of the big advantages will be the Washington home field advantage, and they already got a little boost. I'm not sure what the stadium perks are, but I mean, if Hodge has any wiggling lines when he looks at his receivers or can't call audibles or kicks under frozen conditions or something like that, this home field advantage could come up huge.
Yeah, we'll see if he can take advantage of that. I would just he gets a nice little run here with Brian Robinson, gets it to 3rd and inches. Um, I would just like to see a little bit more scoring. When I saw this game get picked for the game of the week, it kind of felt like the NFL scheduling for primetime games this year. It's just been pretty awful. But the jokes is kind of that
Hmm.
these are our two worst teams, and now we got some commentary coming for it. We'll see if we can keep it lively.
We have some like lousier matchups where we have some of the better teams playing some of maybe the not as
Yeah, and
talented
it's not.
teams
I was just making a
historically.
joke. I wasn't trying to like take a shot at
Yeah.
you guys or anything. But
But we do
ooh,
see, I
corner
mean,
out.
we
Ooh, Ooh, that's the
We
best
like
route
this
in
game of
Madden.
the week. Yeah, really, really nice route from Terry McLaurin, and it looks like Sinzilli is going to strike first with this Washington offense. And
No,
Sinzilli has been coached up by a
he got
league
scored on.
favorite or
He
a
got
league
scored
not
on.
favorite talk.
He got scored on. The Commanders here scored.
Oh, so Hodge is
Yep.
the scorer.
Yep. Do that pick and then he
Man,
scored on him.
I'm so confused right now. Didn't they swap teams?
I don't know. Did
I
they?
think they did. Yeah, I think Sinzilli used to have the
Sins
the
is
the
on the
other team.
Broncos right now, I
Okay.
believe.
Man, I could have sworn. Okay, so Hodge is on defense right now, and he
Yeah,
just scored.
cause I just played the Commanders last week and that's Hodge.
Congratulations, Hodge. What a throw by Hodge. Now it's Sinzilli's turn. So it was Sinzilli that threw that opening game interception, and he'll have to find a way. I thought it was quite humorous, Ike. Um, uh, uh,
Right over the middle.
we were posting our Thanksgiving plates, and Sinzilli actually posted a picture of a blunt and a lighter on a plate, and that was probably my favorite submission of the day. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, that was a
Um,
pretty funny submission.
as as clutch as that was, though, now we see a first down. Maybe his special sauce, Michael's special stuff, or whatever's going to fuel this comeback is kicking in his veins, and he's ready to
Hodge
go.
is sticking in this cover too. He doesn't expect him to throw anything deep, and Akers is going to break this one off. I don't think he's got the speed to beat Queen. Maybe I'm wrong.
He might. As long as he could break this last tackle, he could go. No, he's going to get knocked out of bounds. But 2 for 50, I mean, that's a productive day already. Might as well sit that guy and start the backup at this point,
Yeah, and I can't help but
or else we're going to
notice that
break the
there's a lot
record.
of Lions on this Broncos team. We're seeing Amon Ra and Hooker here. They're both
Yeah, it seems like the Lions have made the Broncos his personal dumping ground, but it's not like
boom.
Amon-Ra and Hooker aren't bad talents.
No, they're pretty good.
Really nice jukes there. And we might see an offensive shootout yet.
Who was that
Seven
that
to
just
seven
caught that?
early.
Was that Mims or no? He traded Mims, didn't he? Who
No,
just
I
caught
think
that?
that was the running back.
And almost saw Doink off the field goal, but he misses the PAT. And
Unfortunately, we missed the clutch doink, and we just see him miss it
oh man,
outright. I mean,
this game will
that's
be a
not.
treat.
It's already a treat. Here's the thing. Uh, are we going to see a special teams score on this game? I mean, that was pretty close. Do
I mean,
you think they have the prowess to do so?
we'll probably see at least a couple fake punts, I would imagine, but I don't know if they'll score on them.
Yeah, I would love to see some fakes, maybe an onside, something to really inject some energy into this game that's already chock full of energy. A 6 to 7 ball game, just minutes into it. We've got a long ride ahead of us. And as we journey into the future, we're going to see Cunningham in the shotgun with his mobile abilities. But recently, Hodge has been really laying into Cunningham. He doesn't seem to like this quarterback as much as he thought he would.
Yeah, well, when they don't get your trade early on, it's kind of tough to keep on liking him. But he makes a good throw there on the run, double juke move by
Really good
McLaurin,
throw on the run.
and that's just
Wow,
another
McLaurin getting
touchdown.
cheeky with it. Yeah, these guys have brought their A games to the Shitter Bowl. And here's the thing: both of these teams could galvanize their seasons. We're early in the season. We act like these teams can't turn this thing around, but we've seen teams turn things around before. And these guys, if they really apply their skills, put some time in, they could turn this season around. This could be the moment that leads them on a playoff run. What do you think about that?
Um, it's probably a long shot, but we can have hope for them.
Dude, I love hope. Hope's a great thing.
I
So
was
here's
I was getting
here's the thing.
distracted here by Duckworth messaging me. He's talking about his U-Haul. I don't know what he's on about, but we'll try to focus on the game here. I'm hoping the streamers can hear you. I have not checked on that. I don't know if anyone can confirm that with me that we can hear Rage in on the
Hmm,
commentation here. I don't. I guess I could pull it up too.
that would be unfortunate. Um, well, we see a lot of motions in this Broncos offense. A lot of people running left, running right. Really nice find by Sinzilli now. And so yeah, Sinzilli sitting in the shotgun calmly, taking pressure up as or like about to get smacked, and lays a dime. and I love to see Sinzili driving down the field now. You know, we saw one early mistake, and ever since then, we've seen some pretty flawless offense.
Yeah, the offense has really picked up here. We'll see if
Nice
they
little
after
heavy
their first
spin.
15, if any the defense can make any adjustment here.
Yeah, I mean, if there is no adjustment, we could be on our way to a game in the 50s. But it looks like we're going to see an all-out blitz. We're going to see how Sinzili is able to navigate this.
He runs
He
the
seems to maybe
RPO
know
with
it now.
Hooker.
Oh,
That's a
love to
scary
see
play
it.
with the injuries on. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. When you have a Super Bowl winning quarterback like Hooker on the roster, you want the ball in his hands in these clutch
Oh,
situations. Never mind. We're going to hand it off to Akers, who
he
will get
almost gets
stuffed, but he
stuffed.
won't.
But
He
yeah,
should
the
have gotten stuffed, but another defender came in and lurched him forward.
am I a couple seconds ahead of you?
Probably. It is what it is.
Okay, that's fine. I
So
just
we're looking at Mr. Hooker in the shotgun. And, you know, some adjustments being made here by Hodge on defense. Looks like he's got Darnell Savage, the former Packer, leading his defensive backfield there. Kendall Fuller already with the interception of the game. But Amon St. Brown, you know, good in real life, good in Madden. He's found his way to about 40 yards already through the air.
I'm amazed to
Could be in for a
see
big day.
I'm amazed to see Hodge making all these adjustments on defense. When I played him, I honestly thought that there was no way he was doing all that. Maybe he was.
Yeah,
Oh, we got the corner again.
yeah.
Seems like ooh, out of bounds.
Wow, if if he holds X there, do you think he's able to keep his feet in? Do you think he held X?
I didn't see if he. Well, I guess it wouldn't show. He might have been able to, but I would imagine. I would hope that he tried to catch that with X because that was the only chance.
I mean, I know we've all been guilty of that mistake before, pressing square to maybe get some rack, and then we get bopped, and we think, man, if I just pressed X, I probably would have caught that instead of dropped it.
Oh man.
Scrambling in the background, we got a jumping defender and broken
It's,
tackle
it's
galore,
tough for me
and
to come
instead
up
of
with
Vincent,
stuff to say with what I'm seeing on the screen. To be honest with you, we got a
yeah,
we got a defensive
marvelous
end
stuff.
user, and he's jumping at him instead of just trying to sack him. And then there's a user playmaker,
Hmm.
and he gets in the
Looks
end
like he's
zone.
probably going to throw that. No, he's going to. Oh, yeah, we're going to see another touchdown. And Akers, the former Ram, has really found a good home here in the Broncos run game because the Broncos love to run the ball.
And if
And, you know, he's been looking for his star runner, and it seems like Akers, newly 40 pounds heavier, you know, that's something the coach said. He said, Akers, I want you to get a lot fatter before the start of the season. Not something you always hear from your coach, but it seems to be paying off.
does that change the way they look at all? No, he's in again for the two.
Unfortunately, no, but I think we can edit the way they look, and maybe we ought to give them a little bit of a gut.
Yeah,
You
or
know, I
just
actually I checked a player to see if I could make him chunkier, and like just see what that function was. And it doesn't really allow you to just change the body type of somebody
yeah, you
like
probably have to change the
significantly.
whole player model almost.
Hmm. You see Dobbs get an outside angle for a gain of 21, so he doesn't really gain any yards taking it out of the end zone there, but
Yeah,
you love to see the attempt.
this will be the first time Hodge has the offense here, not with the lead, so we'll see if that changes anything for him. Sometimes the users get a little shaky.
Yeah, the offense has definitely come alive for both teams since the early mistake by the Broncos, and we're going to see if maybe the Broncos can force their own mistake out of the Commanders. But so far, the Commanders have played a squeaky clean game, and like you said, some out routes that they've been enjoying to some of their star receivers. And look at these receivers. I mean, this is a talented squad. Watson, London, McLaurin, Knox at the tight end has
Oh,
become a
uh-oh.
superstar in this league.
We had a scary
Man,
throw there. He had wide
that
open
was a
green field in
scary
front of
throw.
him, but he
Yeah, to
decides
be
to
honest,
throw
he
it,
could have
and
scrambled.
it works out.
Um, I think Watson's one of those guys that you can maybe throw a high ball to, and the game will reward you for letting him try. For being 6'4", he had a big game in real life on Thanksgiving. So we're seeing him back there in the shotgun, and he's gonna sling it out to Mr. Davis. I don't know who the heck Mr. Davis is, but it was a good play by him.
Yeah, it's probably not. Who's the Davis?
It
Terrell
says Malik
Davis?
Davis.
Terrell
No, it says
Davis?
Malik Davis. Yeah, do the Commanders have a star running back, or is Malik Davis the guy? I've never heard of him.
He has Brian Robinson. He just got an X Factor last week against me, but
Hmm.
he does not have him in as his third down running back, it appears.
He's decided to roll with Davis as the third down running back instead of Brian Robinson. Shrewd stuff because Malik Davis is getting it done, and we're going to go to the second quarter, 14-14.
Yeah,
Not at all what I necessarily expected. I mean, 14-14 is a pretty solid game of Madden going so far.
I mean, yeah, it's not so bad. Running it with Malik Davis is definitely interesting. It's kind of like when you got your star player in fantasy, Tony Pollard or whoever, and they put in the backup and run it with him. It's just
Yeah,
kind of
Rico
annoying.
Dowdle to the end zone. Yeah, so
Cunningham with the
definitely
truck goes out of bounds.
dude. You love the truck. There was actually a time in Madden where if you attempted a truck, it kind of made you unhittable, even if you didn't hit any. It was called air trucking, and maybe he was attempting to do a little retro air truck there, and he didn't get hit, so maybe it worked.
Yeah, that was the same time that the delay fade was popular in the league. I believe that was the
Oh, the
same.
delay fade,
I believe that was the same Madden 20, maybe.
probably. So we're gonna see some adjustments at the line of scrimmage, and Haas is just waiting, letting some time tick. He's not sure he likes what he sees, but he's trying to make a good read here. Triangle's open
Oh,
in the middle of the field, but he's gonna throw a dime. Dropped it in there. That touch
yeah.
pass was glorious.
I think did I just
Six
say
for
he was
six,
six for six? I was gonna
128
say,
yards,
geez, he's dotting
two
up right now,
touchdowns.
throwing
Yeah,
corners
I
in
mean
that deep end.
Malik Willis is putting Brock Purdy on notice, saying, "I'm coming for your 8 touchdown games." So he's going to hand it off to Mr. Davis, and a terrible juke, but it seems to maybe get him a yard. And I like that visor. I like that helmet. Looks like a Halo character.
Yeah,
All
only
right, so we're going to see the Broncos on the goal line. I mean, can they stop them here? Do you think there's any hope?
um, well, considering it's third and goal and he's hurrying up, we'll have to see. I might call an
That'll
interception
help.
here,
Okay, interception here would be huge for the Broncos' chances. Sure enough,
and
he is going
oh,
to try to sling it.
throws a dangerous ball to the flat. That one's in
It
pick six
definitely could have been an
territory.
interception. Yeah, if the dive did not occur, we might have seen a pick six, just as you called.
I don't know. It's not 5 yards here, so he's gonna have to kick the field goal. It appears.
Yeah. Well, I uh I normally kick field goals closer than that, so 4th and 6 feels a little bit better than 4th and inches or 4th and 1. So 17-14, and the Broncos get an important
Oh,
stop. We haven't seen the Broncos
it appears we
actually.
have some lag action.
Yeah, lag action.
Luckily, it did not affect the
And
kick.
that's something we don't think about often as well. Some people might be struggling in this league due to not having the same sort of internet services as other people. And that's something that you have to be mindful of when we start to think some people are better than others. Some people just may click A and not get any lag when they do it.
Yeah, there's definitely different games have different sort of feel to them depending on. I don't know if Madden has hosts in their game or exactly how it works, but there's definitely opponents where I've noticed it feels a lot different than against others. So
hmm So we're going to see Malik Hooker, the Super Bowl winner from the Lions, recently on the move inexplicably. And we're going to see him for this Broncos offense try to go down and take the lead. And that's a good find for him right there, lion to lion connection. And it's hard not to think about H Coke, when you see what maybe could have been. We
but
saw him just win a Super Bowl, but we could have seen this Hooker to Amon St. Brown for a long time. And now we're going to see it in Denver, and Denver's doing him a service. That it looks pretty good so far today.
yeah, he gets the first down. Then again, let's do our first live look in to see if the two users here are talking to each other while they're playing.
All right, we're going to have a little peek.
It does not appear that there's any live shit talk going on. They are completely locked into the game.
Quiet as can be. And so we've got, I believe that's Terrell Edmonds, one of the better sub linebacker types just because of his size and kind of looks like a linebacker at the safety position. So he's a decent fit there, especially to try to contend with this Broncos run game. It's been so good.
My ankles get
We're seeing a
broken,
lot of
man.
out routes, a lot of routes going out by both teams.
Hodge says his ankles get broken. Let's see if he decides to finally put an end to that zig route. Probably looks like a running formation here, though.
Yeah, I think it's possible we're going to see a run, but it was a good play action opportunity too. But definitely a good handoff for the first down, and the time is ticking, ticking, ticking into the future, and we're down three, so it's very possible the Broncos could milk this clock down and at least go into the half with a tie or with the lead. It's interesting to see what they're going to be able to pull off here, because on the 36 they could pull this off, probably get it down to zero if they wanted.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. We'll see if he has that type of clock management in him, but the Commanders do get the ball at half here, so he's gonna want to try to. If it was me, I would try to score twice, but it's just me. He's gonna throw the wheel. He's been trying it all game, and oh, he gets to the one and hit out of bounds. That wheel's been really
Uh,
cheesy these last couple of weeks. I'd imagine we're gonna see a hot fix to that one of these weeks where they just don't work anymore. But for now, they're one of the
Yeah, the
cheesiest
wheel's
routes in
been a
Madden.
little overpowered. Definitely one of the cheesiest routes in Madden right now. And so we're going to see that route going out to the side, and he's just going to hand it off. And little McLaughlin, in real life, kind of a jitterbug player, and he uses him on the goal line here. And sure enough, he gets it in the end zone. Akers not even part of the play. Maybe that was part of his design. He's thinking, if I don't have Akers in there, he won't think I'll hand it off. And he's confident.
I
He
think
handed it right off to
I think
McLaughlin.
Akers was gassed from what he just did on that last play before that, and I was
I
just
think
about to
he was
comment
very
on some
excited.
of the formation subs that. Oh, we got a fumble on the kickoff. He would have been so mad if he lost that, but his
It
fumbles it
went
right to his
right,
guy. Yep.
yeah, immediately bounced up into his teammate's arms. You know, those are the sort of fumbles I have on the sideline where you just assume if you get stripped, it's going to go right out of bounds, but it just zips right into the defender's hands. Or,
Yeah,
I mean, he's
it's
very lucky that did not go to the defender
it's
there.
always on a juke. I would if I tried never to juke anymore because more than likely if they're stripping, that's going to be a fumble if they get you. I don't know what
Easily
it
could
is
have been
this
a
year,
pick
but
right there. That would have been a disastrous play for the Commanders. Throws it right into the defender's arms, but the linebacker said no. And he didn't even try to swat it there. He just could not bring it in. And so we're at 2nd and 10. And the worst thing for the Commanders would be to give the Broncos the ball back with time to score again. Let alone not scoring any points here. They at least get ball at half. And he's gonna take off. I would have liked to see him cut it inside right there. Honestly, if he could have managed to cut it inside, I know that would be kind of stupid, but I think he might have scored. I think he might have
yeah,
gone the distance. He's a fast quarterback,
he
and
definitely would
there's
have had
one
a
man to
shot,
beat.
but I would definitely do it with my star quarterback instead of my X Factor one if that was the choice. But
No, I hear you, but maybe that's the sort of play that would allow Cunningham to get a breakout opportunity. The game sees that you had the chance to cut out of bounds, you cut it right back upfield. So he's got a lot of routes
oh
going
no,
upfield. X was open. He
that
did not
is
throw it to X. That's definitely going to be intercepted. Out of range, yeah. X is a wide open player on the other side of the field, and he chucks it deep to the defender
I,
there.
I feel
And
kind
Mr.
of bad
Skinner,
laughing, but they'd have self-proclaimed themselves as the worst Madden players, and that was just one of the worst reads I've seen in a while. But he just
that
wanted to
was
have a
rough.
shot at it. He just wanted a shot at
He,
it, you
he
know.
he drew up a touchdown pass, and he threw it to the only guy that was nowhere near open. So maybe he
There
pressed
was
the wrong
three
button.
guys back
Yeah. Well, the guy cutting from right to left was definitely wide open. So sad day. So we're going to see if the Broncos can capitalize here, maybe get another snap off before the 2-minute warning. Doesn't look like they're too concerned about it. I don't think he's going to get this snap off.
Yeah, he didn't really seem to care. I don't know if he noticed or didn't care, but here we are on the
I
two
mean,
minute
it's
drill.
quite possible Sinzilli is in another dimension right now, and hopefully that credits itself to allow him to play some good Madden for the rest of the game. But he, yeah, doesn't seem that concerned about clock management. Hooker in the shotgun. A lot of his superstar receivers. Everybody seems to have some decent superstars. I like to see that. I don't always know who's on everybody's teams. When I check in, I see a lot of people's superstars. Probably the only person with very few superstars would be your Cardinals team, and that's why everybody's rooting for you, Ike.
Well,
For you to turn around the
I
Cardinals
added a
franchise.
couple old heads that have abilities, but yeah, I'm pretty strapped for abilities. Well, we've just been working with what we got, you know. Didn't hit in the draft, but you just got to keep working.
Soon. All right, so we got a handoff here to Akers, and Akers is going to get stuffed there. That's one of the worst runs we've seen from Akers, maybe since the start of the game. And it's going to put the Broncos into a long second down. And if they can't pick up adequate yards here, we could see the Commanders get the ball back, only allowing a field goal, unless
Yeah,
they can maybe force a turnover here.
I don't know if it's true if Doc is playing OC tonight or not, but the Broncos are making a lot of pre-snap adjustments here on offense, and it's working out for him so far. Throws a scary ball over the middle.
Terrifying.
The fact that
Yeah,
we've only
the
seen
defender
those
goes
two
for the hit.
interceptions is amazing to me. But
This game has greatly limited interceptions. You can throw a ball right to the defender this year, and a lot of times they're just going to swat it, not catch it. And that was rarer in games past. And we got some good guys in the box here. We got Edmonds, we got Queen. There's some talent on these teams. But certainly one big advantage for the Broncos is to have this X factor quarterback that just won a Super Bowl for H Cook last year.
just gonna,
That man
just gonna
over there on the
throw it
left
away.
seems so old. He
Yeah,
must
he
not know his
saw.
button,
I
maybe.
don't know. I saw it too, but he just decides to throw it away and take his three.
We're watching the Commanders. No, I mean are we watching the Broncos stream?
Commanders.
Okay. Yeah, we're watching the Commander scheme. So we weren't privy to see if his button had gone away. But Madden does that. Madden's like, hey, do you remember what that guy's button even was? So it's kind of funny because, like, you could scramble around, lose everybody, and then the game would be like, you don't even know how to throw to that wide open guy. Like, it just
Yeah,
takes the button away. And that's kind of silly, but I kind of understand why they do it, though. It adds some element of, you know, knowing exactly what's gone on leading up to that point.
it's tough
So
sometimes when you're just scrambling around. You don't see the guy, but there has been times where I
yeah,
do remember the button, and it's like, ooh, I know who that guy is, because he's always like my
right.
slot's always R1 or my tight end's always
And
X.
then you
So
throw it and it's horribly off target, even though you
yeah,
threw it to the wide open guy. Yeah, it's a joy. So we got Cunningham scrambling outside of the pocket again, and he's going to take off. Will he cut it back upfield? He will not. He gets chalked out of bounds, and we've got three timeouts, 40 seconds. That's enough time to get a
I
touchdown,
really
but
think he should
I'm
go
not
back
sure
to
he can
these
pull that
corner
off.
routes that were giving Sin some trouble. We'll see if
At the
he
very
throws that one to
least, send
McLaurin there.
Watson deep and not London, in my opinion.
Yeah, that would be a smart, but I know he's looking right at that triangle corner. He's looking at the wheel route, throws it deep. He was wide open, but just
Yeah,
completely
bad
threw it out of
throw.
bounds.
Yeah, that's where you see the disparity between Hendon Hooker and this Cunningham cat. Cunningham has a lot of athletic ability, but his accuracy while throwing the ball is in question. Might have been a reason for some of these early missed throws for sure. Um,
I'm gonna,
we're gonna try and we're gonna hope that Commanders can keep this game close, so it's interesting for the next freaking half
we're
of
gonna, yeah,
watching this
we're gonna
Broncos
turn into
Commanders
the, we're gonna
battle.
turn into
Josh
the Hodge
Allen
mic.
is gay.
Oh
All right.
boy,
R1 was open, but he takes up off the middle, and he's going to call a timeout. Not a terrible decision. Did get quite a bit of yards, but I think R1 might have got more yards. Might be wrong about that.
I turned on the sound for this last 30 seconds just to see the thoughts going on in Hodge's head, but
All right.
it does not seem like he's just
No, no
burping and.
thoughts. No thoughts are passing through Hodges' head right now.
Uh
At
oh,
least
here
not
we
that we
go.
can hear. Decent run, 4th and inches, and I'm sure he's probably going to go for this, and he should.
Yeah,
This is the type of big game of the week where you go for it on 4th, and even I would go for this, and I would
yeah,
hate doing it,
especially
but
especially with 20 seconds left. It's the smart play.
yeah. I mean, you're pretty much you could trade for you could have a 6 point swing here if you don't get the first. He does get the first, and he
He's
does get enough to get the
he's
field goal.
running it
Oh, he
with
doesn't get out
Davis
of bounds.
again.
He did get out of bounds. Yeah, Davis is getting a lot of run. I don't know if he feels sentimental about this kid, but Malik Davis might be one of the worst utilized running backs in the league right now. I imagine his overall is somewhere around 68,
Oh
if
my,
that.
terrible ball.
Yeah, that was an awful throw. Maybe a throwaway. It says
No,
poor
it said
accuracy.
yeah. He threw it at this corner route, but it just was a really bad ball. It wasn't a
Not the
terrible read
best
even.
ball. Well, for some kickers, you're in field goal
Uh
range right
oh.
now, but
Uh
we've already
oh.
seen a missed extra point. I think it might have been Sinzilli that did it, though.
It's Malik Davis runs into his own offensive lineman on the screen. It just does not seem like that's the correct play to have him on the field, but he's not going to change it.
Right. Now, here's the thing. Now you're not quite in field goal range necessarily, depending on the kicker. You really need to just get yards here.
He's
I
throwing it
think
to
a
his
run would
wheel.
be most advantageous.
He's
So
gonna
he's
throw it to
literally
his
going to still
wheel.
throw it. He might throw it to his wheel. We've seen a lot of wheel
He's looking
throws
at
so
his.
far.
Oh, he sees the guy over the middle too late, and
X is open, man.
he's
He
rolling out. Throws
misses
a
him.
cross body.
Dude, we might not see a field goal.
I think
It
this
looks like
might
it's
be our
asking
first
for a
fake
Hail Mary.
situation. I don't know. Can he go for it here?
Yeah,
How'd you hear?
yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, no, maybe not. I don't know. A touchdown, second
I'm
quarter,
about to play mine.
50 yard. It says it's a 50 yarder. It must
60.
be a 60
Yeah,
yarder.
it's at 60.
Oh, the
To make
wind's with
this,
him.
to
The
make
wind's
this, you're gonna
completely
have
with
to
him.
point the thing down, not just leave it
Yeah, I don't
straight
know if he
on.
is
But
or not. And he's barely pointing it inside the uprights. He can go quite a bit further than that. Yeah, that looks like a miss to me, man.
he goes right, gets it
Oh,
over the
barely squeaks it
crossbar.
in.
I don't think he went. I don't think he went
It
for
doinks.
distance. But
Yeah, I don't think he went for the distance either, and he doinks it over the crossbar. But that's good for us because a 4-point ball game is far more interesting, unless something disastrous for the Commanders happens on this kickoff, which is possible. We've seen. Oh wow, he fair catches it. I don't think that's the move. You're one ridiculous Madden kick return from getting a touchdown right there. I think far more likely than whatever you're going to do on this play here.
yeah, we'll see what he draws up here. I imagine that it's probably not going to work out the best for him. It's probably got more opportunity for Hodge to do something. But
I'm going to admit to you, Ike, that you got a lot quieter, and I don't know why.
um, that is a great question. Is this better?
No, I don't know why. You just became a lot quieter. I'm gonna switch up my headphones.
I don't. I think
Yeah.
my on my end it looks like I'm still on the same level, but
No,
my,
you're fine.
my mic was a
As
little
long
farther
as,
from my
yeah.
face.
No, I don't. I guess I can just press my volume control. Maybe I fidgeted it. Talk now?
Hello.
Yeah, that's fine. Maybe I fidgeted it or drag it accidentally on my phone. All right, so we got a kickoff, 4-point lead for the Broncos in the Shitter Bowl. And I'm not actually unimpressed. I think that they're doing a lot of good things. Um,
Yeah, I mean,
especially the Broncos with the lead so far.
I've definitely
But
had a
we've
few
seen
good
some
laughs
mistakes from
over the
both sides.
game, but it's been close here, and no one's really made too big of a mistake that would cost them the game yet. I feel like when you're playing in a game like this, you can make a lot of mistakes before it's over.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, nobody's lost the game yet, and sometimes you already have lost the game yet by now in the MKL. So,
Oh,
to their credit, I think triangle might be the play here, and he throws it way too
his
late.
read
It
is two
probably shouldn't
seconds
have
too
been.
late, and I don't know if it's the
Yeah,
leg
that
or
might have
what
been
it
three
is, but
seconds too late. Yeah,
he
he was
just
kind of
threw.
just standing there. At that point, he probably should have thrown it to the guy running towards that guy instead of him. But you know, not a terrible read, just far too late. And we're gonna see the Broncos try to, or the Commanders try to do something to pick up this first down. Maybe get a quick score to flip this game around. He's gonna get it into the flat, and I like that quick throw to Knox, make it a manageable third down. And I think we might see Malik Cunningham scramble for a first down here. That's my prediction.
We'll have to. He likes to run this play and throw it to his halfback, which it got completely bottled there. So it's the only button he knows. He's going to throw it to him, and it does not work out.
It
Every
did
time he
not
runs
work
that
out.
play, he
No.
wants to throw it to his running back, but his running back ran into his own offensive
Now this
line
is a
because
punting
it's
situation. We're
this
seeing a rule break.
this Malik Davis has
Um,
to.
they probably should pause the game and not do what they're doing right now.
Yeah,
This is
there's
not advised, guys. We don't like rule breaking, and this is not allowed. So,
he he knows the rules. He's gonna read it. I'm sure he typed it in the chat. He's probably gonna take his delay game and punt. But yeah, this Davis guy just oh, he might snap it here. He's gonna go for it. He's
yeah,
gonna
that's definitely not allowed. Hopefully, he doesn't pick it up. To be perfectly frank, and he
uh
does. And that was a rule break. Don't like that.
I can't really
Um,
go to my Discord while I'm streaming here. I
yeah,
don't.
I hate it, but that was an illegal fourth down attempt.
In the shitter bowl. He knows the rules
Yeah,
because he
and
types it
in the shitter
every
bowl.
game. But whatever. It's Hodge. Hopefully he reads it and punts it.
Yeah, I'd like for him to. Yeah, we just want to be consistent. I mean, I just just for the sake of following rules, I want everybody to play by the same rules, and unfortunately, he definitely broke that rule. So we should see a punt here. Um, but it was a good first. I called it. That's what I believed he should have done the play prior. Scrambled to the edge, gotten picked up the first down with Cunningham. He's been having some good luck scrambling. Um,
Yeah, you've probably
but
seen 4 times as the amount of play action as you'll see in a normal game of MKL Madden, I would imagine. But he seems to love that play
yeah,
action scramble, and it works out for him in this game.
yeah, Madden 24 especially, where all the edges are 95 speed, and it's a strange year for trying to fake any pass rushers in this game.
Yeah, and
So we're
everyone's
looking
guessing
at a
pass this year, so if you guess pass and they do play action, it does not work out too well for you on the offensive end.
And we also have some insider info from somebody that is tuning in is that Hodge is recalling the same plays multiple times per drive, evidently, and that's also not allowed.
Well, I
Um,
mean, I don't know how
but
strict you
there's
want to get. Like, hurry up, is that what you're saying?
whatever he's doing is he's calling the same play multiple times on the same drive, which is not allowed. You're supposed to
Well,
only call,
if it's through hot routes, I don't on the same drive. You so you're supposed to keep track of that. You expect Hodge to keep track of
or
that?
you're just supposed to not call the same exact play out of the same exact formation. So, like, even if it's an inside zone, if you've already called the inside zone out of that same formation, you can't call it again that drive. That's the way that rule works.
Yeah, that's
So
tough
we
to keep
turn on
track of. But
cooldown.
yeah,
It is
the
tough to keep
cooldown is
track
kind of
of.
like the Madden's way of not allowing it. But if he's hurrying up and hot route, you can hurry up and run the same play again. I have noticed that. I don't. You can do that, but like if you hot route the
Definitely not
same route
ideal.
combination, I don't know if Hodge is smart enough. Not trying to like again, not taking
Well,
shots at Hodge, but
We see Hodge matching up Montez Sweat onto that running back, and look at Montez Sweat cover. That was incredible. Really like on that running back incredibly well. I know he's like 93 speed probably in this game, but I was really impressed by that coverage. All right, so we're
yeah, I'm
going to
sure he's pretty
see a
fast.
blitz off the edge and see if Sinzili is able to manage it. He is. He's just going to hand it off. But yeah, also just going to at both of them and say be careful not to call the same plays. Be careful. All right, gave him another little key just because we got that anonymous tip from a fan. All right, so the Commanders get a huge sack there, and they needed it. They really need to stop the Broncos if they're going to have any hope of turning this lead around. And this should be just what the doctor ordered. But I'll tell you what, Ike, I give up third and longs all the time. Some people have bread and butter plays. They're like, this is exactly what I want to do. If I see man, if I see zone, this is where I'm going. So maybe Sinzili already has something for this situation.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of like he's got user Montez Sweat. That's his call.
He is
Hooker's rolling
fast.
out, and we may see a
There's
fumble
nothing in
there.
front of Hooker that seems advantageous, and he is just gonna take a punt himself, uh, and he should.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I would not be risking my X Factor quarterback with injuries how they are in Madden, but unless he was like Lamar Jackson, where obviously that's his advantage is running around. I guess I don't know exactly what Hooker's stats are, but
yeah.
I would
Imagine if there was an ability where it said that you could never get hurt, like after like it's activated or something. That would be an interesting one.
that would be helpful. Oh, we
People
got
would
a
probably try
fast
it
blitz
out.
coming in, and we're gonna have a first intentional grounding of the game here.
That's what that's something I specialize with. I love to just throw the ball away and take a nice intentional grounding to
My
start off the
specialty is
drive.
that if someone's running man on me, I'll take my streak and I'll if you throw it to them and you start running the completely wrong way, they can't click onto the defender in time, and then you can quickly turn back and secure catch it. Try it out.
Boy, that sounds like some really complicated insider information. Sounds complicated. All right, so we have Cunningham in the shotgun, and he really wants to go down and at least get three. Certainly doesn't want to come away with zero,
That
but
seam
second
might
and
have been open,
22.
but he's gonna throw the
Yeah,
drag late again here.
yeah. If he can cut up field, he might get this first down. No, he's gonna get a stiff arm though, and get 4 yards. So 4 yards short of the first down. Um, and I mean, here's the thing. Both of them started off their drives um, with a big sack and then a big intentional grounding. So the offense has kind of sputtered here in the third quarter from what it started at. And we're going to see if maybe they can get back on track as we come about to enter into the fourth quarter. And maybe this is why he doesn't like Brian Robinson. Man, he looks slow right there.
I mean, he
There was
ran
no
for
wiggle or
250
anything.
against me, but he had to run it like 45 times. I think he fumbled 3 times. So I don't know. Maybe he just his first first fake of the game is a fullback fake. Who did he have carrying that? I don't know, but it did not work
Said
out for him.
raw. I think it was a tight end, maybe. Yeah, not too quick. Not such a didn't take the Broncos by surprise, and the Broncos have to be thankful right now because they're already in field goal range. If they just don't turn over the ball, they're going to go up seven guaranteed. As long as they can make a field goal, I guess they've already missed an extra point. Get the handoff to Mr. McLaughlin, the little jitterbug, and he's already got a touchdown this game because of how tired Akers was after a really long, impressive grab. Um, and we're going to see if Hendon Hooker can bring some of that H Coke energy, Super Bowl winning energy to this drive here. If they get a touchdown, they can take firm control of this game.
Yeah, if this half is anything like the other half, we're gonna see a flurry of scores here, and who will win, nobody knows. But he's 11
Man,
running this
he
cover
loves
two.
manning up. Yeah, he loves manning up the running back with Sweat. It's interesting to see Sweat's success. Really nice run defense there. It doesn't give an inch. So Hodge might be able to stop Sinzilli and hold him out of eh, keep him from getting a touchdown. That would really put him in a tough spot. But if he holds him to three, that's a small victory for Hodge.
Yeah, that would certainly help out keeping it in one possession game instead of two. But seen a lot of these bubble plays from Sins. The corner route is wide open, but he just completely whips on
You know,
it.
he actually rushed to that play, but I know it was accidental. But guys, if you guys are watching, anybody, we want you to rush three at all times at least. And so what happened there is I think he was doing that same classic man up of Sweat, and he got stuck on the D line. Here's the thing, guys: if you get stuck on the D line, you got to go pass rush. You can't say oops and then start pass covering and only rushing two because it is against the rules, even though you accidentally clicked onto the wrong player. But uh, accidental there, just a kind of a friendly warning reminder. I don't think he did it on purpose. We'll see if he does it again. Maybe it become a theme.
Yeah, I don't know if it was on purpose either, but sometimes when you have the shitter bowl, they're just doing a lot of things that they don't know what they're doing, and they're just, they
Well,
just
for a
like,
shitter bowl, I've seen a Super Bowl that was way worse than this game. So instead, he trounced Pedroia of the Bills, and that was one of the worst games I've ever had to commentate for the MKL. And so this is far better than that, and really, we have a really good chance of tying it up. Because the wow, almost got inches there. The Commanders have shown that they can put points on the board. They've got a little bit of a lull here to start, but I believe, wholeheartedly, especially this cast. I mean, this is a very underrated squad. I mean, I don't know how anybody could complain. Is this the team? This is the team. Yeah, these teams did switch. Senzilli used to be the coach of the um, other team of the Commanders because I remember he traded me for he wanted London, and so they have London, McLaurin, and Watson with the Knox tight end. I mean, it's just a really talented team, and Brian Robinson's a superstar too. Um, you don't normally see everybody lined up out there, a superstar. So uh, this is a team that you definitely would like to see Hodge start to win with. I know it's a tough NFC
oh, he's
East.
gonna take a terrible sack here. You
That
just
is one of the worst sacks you could have taken. That is a massive sack. Negative 16 yards.
yeah, that's tough. That's gonna be a tough one to get back, but we'll
Yeah,
see. He's got the corner routes locked up here. Sins does. I don't know what Hodge's counterpunch is gonna be to that, but he's gonna have to come up with
yeah,
something.
yeah. That was definitely a deflating play for what looked like it was going to be a promising drive. We have to see something very, very different happen. What a terrible throw. Throws to no one, but a nice spiral out there to the grass. And it's going to be 3rd and 26. And we kind of got to hope, just for the interest of the game's sake,
Ooh.
that the Commanders are able to score or that
He
they're able to hold for
runs
a nice
play
touchdown.
action on 3rd and long when the other guy is
Yeah,
definitely guessing pass and just gets
yeah.
absolutely
If
demolished.
if the Broncos uh, could have possibly thought that was a run. They didn't, but if they could have, maybe would have thought different than the Commanders. Kind of like the Lions this week. Their coach called quite a few fourth down attempts, and some of them were quite ill advised.
Yeah, I'm a
And I'd say
Chargers
that
fan, so
play
I
action
can
would be in a
I
similar
can
vein.
relate, but sometimes you just don't have
My
the best
goodness.
play calling. I guess sometimes it just happens that way.
Sometimes it happens that way. So 27-20. We're rooting for the Commanders just for the sake of the closest of the game, but happy to see Sinzilli playing a good game to this point. He's put up more points, and he's in firm position right now to go and seize control. Oh, it kind of seemed dangerous for a second, but Dolchik is able
There
to kind
was
of stop on
there
a
was the
dime.
Doc special there. I would call that play, but I've seen Doc
The
run that a few
Doc
times.
special. Yeah, no Philly special. We've got a Doc special, and it is going to connect. Maybe Doc is on the play call, offensive coordinator for these Broncos, trying to help Sinzilli
He's gonna go back
learn
into
a
cover
scheme.
two.
Yeah, so Hooker's in the shotgun. He's got quite a few superstars of his own lined up, three skill players
Oh no.
and some other talented players. Really weird. Oh, wow. End around does break free,
I wouldn't
and he's going to
recommend
stretch out
calling
for the
three or
first
four
down.
different audibles on defense when your guys are just going to be not in the right positions for the play. But
That blows my mind that got a first down right there, but he stayed with it. To his credit, he thought, little train that could try to get that edge, and he did. And so first down Broncos, and Commanders are in a really tough spot because they are right on the edge of field goal range, and a field goal might be too much for the Commanders to overcome.
yeah, it's always unless it's like three possessions, I wouldn't call it over because I think either of these two quarterbacks are liable to throw a pick six again. So, and that always
Yeah, I
flips the
think
script
that,
pretty quick.
to their credit, both these coaches really want to win in this league. So I don't think we're going to see as much dangerous play calling if one team does, like the Broncos does, get firm control of this game, up 2 touchdowns
Oh,
or up
that
10,
corner's wide open every time.
and he hits him. St. Brown runs a great route. The Lions connection is strong. Hendon Hooker having a pretty solid game today. And so is Amon-Ra St. Brown. Hard to say who's the better between the two. I'd have to say Akers might actually be the star of the game as well. He's had some really solid plays, but Hendon Hooker doing
Mm,
every bit of what the Broncos were hoping he would do when they traded for him.
yeah, and if the Broncos are going to play a little conservative, like you said they should or would, we're probably going to see a couple runs here and a field goal kick. We do have a pause. Hodge is going to go in and he's
Let's see what Hodge
benching
is going to
Mac
do.
Jones,
Oh,
or he's putting Mac Jones in,
no.
or one or the other. I don't
Wait.
really. I
I
think
could have sworn he put Mac Jones in and then took him out.
who knows what he just did. I guess, but he has
I
made a
think it might be
quarterback.
Mac Jones. Maybe he thinks it's Mac Jones' season.
He made a quarterback change late in the game
I
on
thought he
defense
did,
here.
but then it looked like Mac Jones went back
Dangerous
to
run by
backup.
Hooker.
I hate this play call. That could have been disastrous.
Yeah,
Maybe
should
he
have
put
got
it on
stripped.
conservative carry. Felt kind of confident. So we're going to see probably a field goal, but that's going to be really tough for the Commanders to overcome. And spoiler alert, if you look at the game of the week votes, I did not vote on this game.
Yeah, I
The
don't really like
favorite
to vote
was
on
the
any of the
Commanders.
games either because there's a lot of parity in the regular season. People are trying to get traits and stuff, or there's always something
Oh
going
yeah,
on.
people
So
will sell out for a dev. Yeah, definitely, it's tough. Well, look at 16-6. The league is voted 16-6 in favor of the Commanders, so the league is slated to lose a lot of rings, mostly.
yeah, and
We'll see who.
if the ring loss was a little bit less, I might partake in it a little bit. But it's just you can't really be losing your rings
Hmm.
for nothing. And these regular season
It
games are
was a
always
tough vote.
interesting. I will
Well, I've
there's a
already.
lot of votes on the Chiefs, I will say, just for the other game of the week here, and he has been known to sell for Survivor and also just not really care about the regular season. There's a lot of people putting faith in him, but we'll have to see
I
how he
think it
plays
might
as
just be
well.
because it's a divisional game. This is somebody that Stinky, I believe, has lost to before. I think it's one that Stinky would want to get up for. But it wouldn't put it past him to have a pretty bad performance. And maybe Raiders clutches up and has a great performance. But looks like we will see that field goal. And Commanders' backs are against the wall. The Commanders will have to score, get the ball back, and score again, at least a field goal to send it to overtime. And
As long
that's a
as,
tough ask.
yeah, he did miss that one PAT as well, but he
We'll
does not
see who
has
the
not.
quarterback change is, though.
I think it was Mac Jones, but I don't know exactly.
I think it was going to be Mac Jones to starter, but I could have sworn he like accidentally hit something and he went right back to backups and he can't even pause again. So every formation he had. Oh wow, he might say kick return. No, but Dobbs gets a decent return to the 29. That'll help for 4 yards,
I'm
and
just
we'll see which quarterback is under center right now. See if Cunningham got benched in the biggest game. Cunningham is back in there. Yeah, maybe he's surprised that he failed to put in Mac Jones. Maybe he was frustrated and he thought about it
He's
and he
got to
changed his
stop with
mind.
this play action. You're not running it. It's not going to fake anyone. He's guessing pass. You're going to get sacked. He gets it off that time, but he's coming back out with the play action again. He blocks his running back finally. Okay, we're fine. I don't
All
know how
right,
many more of those
yeah.
plays I could have watched in play action.
X would have been open if he had let it go. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
that's
really fortunate pass lead, I guess. Back shoulder allows that not to be picked, but the defender was waiting on it.
he's gonna
And
go deep here.
fortunately
Is that
for
Terry?
Cunningham,
No, it's Drake. He loves Drake deep, but
yeah,
again
Drake
throws out
should
of
catch
bounds.
this. Yeah, it was a bad throw. I think Drake should have caught that, but it was uncertain maybe. So maybe a little more difficult than I thought when he threw it up there. But that's the sort of play you want to throw to Drake. Give him a jump man, a jump ball situation. Looks like he took out the RPO. He's going to do a straight handoff, and he cuts it inside almost to make it more difficult on himself. Really big hole, and he cuts it back inside and gets the inch he needed. And time is ticking. Looks like he's just going to chuck it up to Drake again, and this way out of reach. Is that Sertain?
Um,
No, that's Moss. Yeah, that's a terrible corner. So if he could just put it on the money, I think Drake would possibly win that one-on-one if he could do it. I'm not sure Cunningham can make that throw. A nice screenplay. I like that. I don't like the stick work, but it worked out. 5 yard gain. And honestly, I would say if you don't get the first down here, uh, if your kicker's good enough, maybe just get your 3 points because you still got to get a stop and get a touchdown.
yeah, and he does
Need
have all of
another
his
score.
timeouts, so it'll be interesting to see how he manages the clock. He's gonna try to call an audible for the two, and he does not get it off.
Yeah. So at this point, kicking a field goal and just giving yourself more time to get the stop and get a touchdown on the other end could be advantageous. But certainly getting the touchdown is nice to get out of the way at the same time. Uh, it's it's always a situation where you have to get the stop, have to get the onside, whatever it is. And I would actually recommend going for the onside no matter what. You know, if you have all three of your timeouts, I think the onside just gives you one more chance.
Yeah, he hasn't. He's gonna run play action again, and I'm gonna lose my apps. Okay, thankfully he blocks him, but
Cancels play
oh
action,
man,
and I don't think this is fooling anybody. And he does get. Oh wow, huge
I can't
mistake.
even get my thoughts out about the onside kick from what I'm seeing on the screen. But
Another intentional grounding in this game, and looking a lot like Raging of the Falcons.
yeah, he's taking a lot of
Eh, eh,
intentional groundings. He hasn't
really,
proven he
really
can stop the run,
disappointing.
so I would definitely onside kick as well if he does end up scoring here. So pretty
At this
much
point, he just has to hope he can get back into field goal range. If he can get a touchdown out of this situation,
he did sub Brian Robinson in for his third down running back, it appears, but it does not help him out there.
yeah, he's in a bad situation, not in field goal range yet, and he really needs to get there on this play,
Gonna
or
need to put
else
his signature
he
wheel
has to
route
kind of go
out
for the
there.
first down. Signature wheel route.
He does not
Hey,
have it.
Robinson can do anything here. These are some of the hardest plays to read. You kind of just look at
Gets
Robinson,
it on the
wonder what's going to
40.
happen.
It's decision time now.
Ooh, he holds on. He could have easily dropped that, but it looks like we might see the field goal here now. He needs to get this field goal off quick, not waste any more time. Keep his timeouts and try to get an onside maybe, or at the very least,
That should go in.
yeah, that's a good one. He should
Has the wind
be able
with
to
him.
try to get a stop.
Let's
Ooh,
see if he's been practicing his onsides here. He's gonna wait to pick the play. He's gonna try to fake him out. Does not. Sins is smarter than that.
yeah, and it's interesting that like the onside will
Whoa.
sort of put him in field goal range, um,
Kicks it
depending
right
on how
to
you
him
kick
there.
it.
Does not even think about it. Just goes full power, shitty to the right accuracy, and it does not work out for him.
Right. Yeah, I would have liked to see a deeper onside kick to get him a little further than the 45. Um, just because at this point he is on the edge, but we do know Sins can miss field goals, so at the very least, you just got to clutch up here and get a stop any first downs.
Yeah, and he's got the
You got
wind
to
going
stop the run
against him,
more than
so if he
anything.
doesn't get any yards, it'll be tough spot from here. He's gonna have to at least pick up 5 or 6 to have a shot at it. But
Yeah, he's
this corner route's been
not gonna
open,
be
and I would
friends with the
imagine
wind
we're
in
gonna
this
see a
field goal attempt.
we're gonna see a run here. And if he doesn't get it, I think we're probably gonna see the corner route come out, and it's probably gonna be a completion because I don't think Hodge knows how to stop it. So let's hope for something more
Yeah, Hodge is
exciting than
gonna have to
that.
do
But
something new.
I think he's gonna stick in this cover
Well,
two and get cornered.
these are two guys playing with each other's former teams. They're locked into a late game battle, but the Broncos are firmly in control as long as they can secure a first down or a field goal. It's going to be
His
tough.
he's got his flat. He's using his flat. It's interesting. Oh, he's going to queen. A lot
I
of
think we're just going to
pre-snap,
see a simple handoff here.
a lot of pre-snap
We could have
adjustments
seen a
by
penalty right
Broncos.
there. That could have been a disastrous penalty. He
Ooh,
is going to throw the
gets
play.
the
He might pick up
first,
the
and that's
first
gonna be
down.
game. Yep,
That is going to be the game. Yeah. Really, really strong
that was a
showing by the Broncos
that was a
to
good.
be able to close out that situation. And a nice little attempted rally by the Commanders, but too many mistakes. And I think the disparity at quarterback was what really shone in this game, that Hendon Hooker was able to make throws that Cunningham just simply could not make.
Yeah, and I think the Broncos made a lot more adjustments, whereas the Commanders just kind of kept playing the same way. And you could see that the Broncos are putting good routes out there to capitalize and comes out with the win here. I do want to go back and rewatch this spot on this play on third down just to see what it looked really close to me, and then we'll probably sign off here for the game. Broncos are going to win the
Sure.
Shitter Bowl.
The Broncos, it looks like the Commanders will find themselves on the bottom of the rankings for week 5 or 6.
Oh, that's tough.
And yeah, as earned by this performance. But I'll say that neither team actually looked like they were completely helpless and pathetic. They both did some pretty good things. And my takeaway is that I do believe that the Commanders have a very talented offense, but they need to get a quarterback. They need to be able to make throws. I think that the Commanders, he's in love with Malik Willis. Um, and or no, not maybe not him, but he's in love with Malik Cunningham. And the thing about Cunningham is you got to develop him. If you can't develop him, you got to find somebody already developed.
Yeah, and it's tough to trade for the better quarterbacks. A lot of them you'll find on the untouchable screen. But yeah, with that, we are going to sign off here. That is the Shitter Bowl of the MKL.
Yeah, congrats to the Broncos for a rousing